Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Damian Oliver. Um, we're still working on the FTB Infinity Evolved Skyblock map. And you can see behind me I still got my powered setup going. I did put our energy cell into the pipe network. That way we have some sort of battery we can charge up and use as necessary. It is kind of helping. And I've also taken this LV wire connector, which I had down here, and put it on this side. That way, if I want to, I can just go into the configs here and shut off one side or the other, just to focus on like all power to the metal former or whatever the case it is. I am still limited to the hobbyist steam engine and the survivalist right now, but I'm hoping I'm going to fix that here in a little bit. First, we got to get a couple things set up. First of all, I made another portable tank, built that with creosote oil from our coke oven, because our coke oven, cannot produce once the creosote caps out. So I'm hoping to get that into a drum or something shortly. But B, we also need creosote oil to make the treated wood planks, which is something we've already worked with. And we will get to those in a moment. But for right now, what we want to set up is blast blocks, because what we need for our next power management system is bricks, or is steel. Sorry. So we need some steel blocks, or steel. I'm sorry. We need some steel bars in order to build the dynamo, the Kinetic Dynamo. And steel can really only be produced in the blast furnace, or the arc furnace, which we don't have, or an arcane fusion, which we really don't have. We're not even close to that yet. I don't think we're close to the arc furnace either, but that's besides the point. So that leaves us with the blast bricks and eventually the blast furnace. Now the blast furnace has 3 recipes. All require hardened clay and sand, and it either takes glue, an ender pearl, or TNT. So what I did is I set up a little mob farm over here, and this can spawn in Enderman, and if you set it up so you have a half box here, they can't see you, and you can hack away at the ankles of the Enderman and they won't teleport away. And for my first Ender Pearl, I used that to create a vacuum hopper, which is a really convenient thing. If I can remember how to spell vacuum, it's right there in front of me. Why? Okay, vacuum hoppers are really easy to make. Obsidian, I've already shown you how to make that here on the Skyblock. Hopper's not complicated. The Eye of the Ender is simply the Ender Pearl I got from killing the Enderman, and a blaze powder, which you can get from sifting. And basically what it does is it sucks up any item and experience orb in a nearby area, including through blocks in some cases. These half slabs count. Unfortunately, once it's full, the orbs are just kind of sitting there. And as you can see, it's already sucked up that half slab. So, but I have been working on it. As you can see, there have been a couple of things. I've been mainly focusing on killing the creepers to get the TNT. Now, once we have the TNT, we can create the blast block pretty easily. The only thing is we need 27 blocks. For whatever reason, the recipe doesn't work out to 27, so we will end up with 1 extra. Not a big deal, just more annoying than anything else. Now, the coke oven was a 3x3 with a hollow inside. This blast furnace here, I don't believe is actually going to be hollow. So we set this up here. And I don't think it's going to form yet because this is the immersive engineering one. which a lot of immersive engineering machines require an immersive engineering hammer to activate. It's also kind of their way of configuring things and the like. So we'll grab this hammer. Keep in mind, this hammer cannot break gravel, it cannot do any of that. So there we go. Once we got that opening there, we're set. And the immersive engineering hammer, it's basically like a wrench in any other system. So, what do we do now? Well, we're going to need quite a bit of iron, really, because I want to make not only the dynamo, which we're going to do first. Where did it go? Oh, right. The dynamo just requires 3, but I also want to make a couple of drums, particularly for the curiosity oil, but I want to get one for water too. Not that I really need to. I could easily create a 2x2 infinite water source by now, but you know, whatever. And the drum is 6 of steel. That's iron. That's iron. So I want to make 2 drums. So we need 11 iron here. And by my understanding, it takes 1 coal coke per iron. Alternatively, I think it'll take 2 coal. And this may take some time. See how fast that progress bar is moving? Yeah. So, I'll just chuck you in there. As you can see, these two can produce a lot of power. It just takes them time to do so. That's the reason why the lasers were having issues, because they produce a lot of power, just not per tick. The survivalist generator is by far the most fuel efficient RF machine out there, besides maybe a big reactor. But yeah, dum. Huh. I was told this should take only 1 coal coke per iron, but apparently that is not the case. 120 ticks. Well, that should have been. Curious. But we also end up with slag, which is kind of useful for making concrete. I'm not sure if this is compatible with the thermal expansion rock wool or not, but we'll see. Why don't I grab 2 more, just to be on the safe side. Yeah, this is going to take a bit. Other projects. The thing we needed all the treated wood planks for right now, so we're going to try to make a water wheel. And the water wheel is a pretty simple recipe. We just take a couple of treated wood planks and some sticks, and you get those segments. You need 8 segments per wheel. So yeah, that's a lot of treated wood. But once you have it, you just take the segments around that steel shaft we made last time, and now we got the water wheel. Now we still need the Kinetic Dynamo in order to make the power. The wheels are what turn the dynamo is what produces the power. And since that's going up, and this still has quite a bit of power in it. Yeah, it should be fine, but I'll just show you how quickly this can go now. Okay, so you can see it is now holding the blue energy pretty stably. And the energy cell not only stores it, but I can throttle how much power it gives out, so at a maximum of 100 RF per tick. This thing is accepting 80 per tick, 40 per laser. So it, by storing it up like this, we can now produce these much quicker, in theory. Or at least much quicker on demand anyways. It still takes a while because you gotta wait for the power to build up in the first place, but on demand it's faster. So there's that. And there's that. Okay, so what else do we need for that Dynamo? Some iron and electron wire. And some electrum. I think I am going to make a little bit of electrum, but not much, because I just miscounted. I'm short one, really. You can see we got blood in the smelter again. I used the chicken hammer, spawned another chicken. So, yeah. It's odd. Chickens, for some reason, get damaged whenever they're in there. Same with zombies and whatnot. Anything else, myself included, I think actually has to have liquid in there in order for it to hurt us. But, that's just me. To get started on this, we need electron wire coil, which is just MV cable, which is electrum, around some iron. See, LV cable is copper, MV cable is electrum. There we go. We got that. We got our steel. We got, well, we will have some redstone. Looks like we'll need to grab a couple more iron too. Lead, some redstone. How much lead did we need? We need just the one? Yeah. And I think I just need like 5 iron. Well, 8 will do. You may have also noticed I made a new sword that's made out of alumite. Alumite is a pretty simple recipe. It's, if you do the math, that's 1 block of obsidian, 2 bars of iron, or 1 iron ore, and 5 aluminum. Aluminite is kind of nice because as a sword blade, it does 1.5 points of damage extra. All Tinker's Construct swords do 2 points of damage, period. And then you add on the blade damage, so in this case it adds on an extra 1.5 hearts. Or 3 damage if you're go by Minecraft standards. And Aluminite is probably one of the better sword blades I can have right now. I mean, steel might actually be it, now that I can get it. Let's see here, steel. But Aluminite does have reinforced 2, 1.5 points of damage. Okay, so this also has reinforced 2 and 2 hearts of damage. But Aluminite has a higher durability. So that's the difference. In the long run, I will probably go with the steel. And the good news is it's pretty easy to swap in and out. In fact, I might just get that prepped now. And it is going through cocoa faster than it should be. So we'll put that there. And let's see here, we need the Dynamo again. Helps if I can spell it. There we go. So, let's see here, we need redstone block. And sometimes these recipes may show you different colors of redstone. It doesn't really matter. All redstone is generally redstone. That iron electrum. Oh, I forgot to grab the other electrum nugget. My bad. And I think the steel is just about to finish, so I guess not. Working with steel is always kind of annoying in this regard. So let's try that again. MB capacitor, go. Okay. And now we got a Kinetic Dynamo. Alrighty. So we now have 3 water wheels and 3 Kinetic Dynamos. Now I think the Kinetic Dynamo can use more than 1 water wheel, but I think it needs to be 3 on each side. So let me pause everybody there while I go double check that. Okay, welcome back everybody. I did do some double checking and it looks like the wires should be able to handle what we need to do. And it says the Kinetic Dynamo should be able to accept power from all sides except at the top and bottom. So we should be good there. Now, of course, I will need to take some time to set up the other water wheels, but you don't need to wait around for that. What we're going to do is, well, first of all, we're going to grab, yeah, that should be fine. We're going to grab this tank, just for a couple of moments, fill it up with water. So we're going to fill it up with water. Oh, won't take it. Okay. And then we're going to grab, we'll just grab 2 to be on the safe side. Now let's see, where do I want to set this up? I'll need these. I will need these. Won't need that. Okay, first of all, let's get started here. I think the water wheel is a 5 by 5 space, but it needs like 3 spaces below it. So something like that. No. Need to move it out a little bit. Keep the bricks there for now, though. Now the back end's good. Let's move front end a little bit more forward. There we go. trying to remember if that's high enough. Actually, we are going to want one more space here. And that's because the water needs somewhere to fall. So what's going to happen is, under ideal circumstances, water is going to fall, well, more like be constantly falling, right here. Now that's caused a bit of a mess that I was not expecting. Okay, the water wheel is in fact turning, but I think it is one level too low. I think it probably would work, honestly, but whenever something clips through that, I always get a little nervous. So let's put that one there, and there. Oh, that was too high. So there. Bingo. Whoa, bit of lag there. Kind of to be expected on the server. We're going to put our dynamo there. Now I'm hoping that's the right side. I'm not sure. Looks like it should be. I'm not too concerned about lighting this area up here because that should in theory be underwater and thus be unspawnable. I don't even think the squid should be able to spawn in that. Just checking the wiki here real quick. Yeah, it doesn't really say. Okay, so we're going to put that one there. That one there. And then we're basically going to entune this in cobblestone. That way we don't have a bunch of water spilling out like we did on the other side there. Also is useful for preventing mob spawns. And on second thought, that's causing another clipping issue. We don't really need these blocks here. We just really need them on the front side. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to basically waste a torch. There we go. Problem solved. Except for the fact that it was blocked myself in. just a moment, folks, and I'll figure out how I want to settle this here. Yeah, that looks like it should do. There we go. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that should be generating power. Ooh, okay, that was a bit close. Just putting that there for aesthetic purposes, really. Okay. Now that we got power going, what do we do with it? Well, that's the somewhat tricky part. What we're going to want probably another energy cell here-ish. Either here or here, one of the two. So let me go grab one of those real quick, and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, welcome back, everybody. I did kind of figure out what the problem was. Actually, there was two problems at the time. One, well, while we're down here, I basically grabbed the other power cell that I had up there and used that for testing, but I realized later that I had one of the power inputs wrong. But there was also another problem with the Kinetic Dynamo. Last I used them, you could accept power on all four sides, but now they can only accept power on this side here. So I can't have two water wheels on the same dynamo. Bit annoying, but not the end of the world. So basically, when you're placing this, make sure that the horizontal side that's gray is facing the wheel, or facing away from the wheel. Once you have that, though, power can be accepted on any side, or can be given out, excuse me. See how the power is still increasing? And as you can see, this thing is generating power a lot faster than what the survivalist and hobbyist are doing upstairs. So I think this is going to be a good way of getting started on our automation. I want to put in one more water wheel here at least. I might do a third if I have room, I don't know. But once we get that all set up, gonna wire some out here onto the ceiling, and then we can get really started with our automation. And the only problem I'm seeing with that is I am running a little bit low on redstone at the moment, but we can fix that later. I did also finish the steel blade. I just wanted to kind of show you how to go about doing that. Since this has iguana trees on it, They are gaining XP. Let's see where. There it is. We got 336 out of 3528. So they are getting XP, and every time they level up, there's a chance they either gain a modifier or they gain a modifier slot. Now, since we're using a God increase, you can also switch out parts. See how it says parts can be replaced? Basically put them up there. Now, if for some reason it doesn't give you anything, that's because it has to be full durability before you can switch it out. There you go. Now, the thing to note, though, is better materials. In this case, steel is better than alumite in, I think, just about every regard. The only thing I'm not sure on is the tool bar. Nope. Steel is better than alumite or equal to alumite in every regard. So, yeah, there is that. Yeah, 700 versus 750, 2 damage. Both have reinforced 2. The only reason this says reinforced 3 is because I have obsidian guard handle there. But the thing is, it's better tools or better materials have higher XP cost. So that only has to go up to 3528 to level up. This would have to go up to 4,000. So there is that. But yeah, I think we've honestly made a good episode from here. We got our water mill going. We got this here producing, well, it was producing steel. I did figure out what the problem was with the coal cost, and that was because I forgot that it was basically taking up a coal, or eating coal first to provide heat, and I was misreading basically. The nice thing about this, though, is it doesn't seem to waste that heat. So that red symbol there is still there. I could put in, if I put in 2 iron here, you can see that the fire is going to go down, but it doesn't actually waste it when there's nothing in there, which is kind of nice. So I did go ahead and make a drum, and as you can see, I kind of filled it up partially. And the creosote oil, or oven, the coke oven, is now generating again, which is fantastic. Now, something I did note, these slots here are to put containers in. You can put in things like buckets or bottles or whatever. It also can take portable tanks and drums. However, for whatever reason, it only puts 4,000 into those respected items. It is probably much better to take the tank in your hands and see how it says 3550. Each time you click adds about 4,000, or whatever the maximum is it has in there right now. So, pro tip. But I'm going to try to make another drum so I can get started on it. Use that for water as well. Again, I could make a infinite water pool, and I might eventually, but I kind of want to wait until I can get the Oculus accumulator for that. It's a little bit more space efficient. But yeah, I got the power, I got the steel. I think what we're going to do is we're going to call it there for today, and then while I set up a little bit of infrastructure in between, I think we're going to work on making something of a workroom tomorrow. Well, actually, we'll probably be started with automated material gathering, really, because we got that powered sifter that didn't have, that the survivalist generator couldn't keep up with. If we can get something like that and maybe a powered hammer, then we can start providing material or getting materials constantly without having to worry about running out. That will make making said workroom much easier. But my name is Damien Oliver. This has been my channel. I hope you enjoyed, and if you have any tips or suggestions, questions, comments, whatever, feel free to leave them in the comment section on YouTube. Or send me a message either on YouTube or Twitch. Either one will work. In the meantime, have fun.